Hey folks, Two Sheds Gabby here. It has been a wild several days. I tell you, I got several things to tell you about. But first, I'm going to go through some pennies. I made a little video that I put up a day ago how I was putting some pennies together to trade at a bank that said they still had one box left. And that I did that today. And this is the box right here. I put the date on it, and I said, maybe the last box I ever get. We'll have to see. But while I was there, she goes, hey, in my little vault, I've still got $14.50 of bank sealed pennies. She goes, are you interested? I said, you better believe it. And she said, but here's the deal. She goes, except for a few rolls in our drawers, she goes, we're out of pennies. She goes, you have to get me pennies. She goes, when can you get me some pennies back? And I said, tomorrow? She goes, okay, bring me pennies tomorrow. So I had every intention of starting to go through a box of nickels, but now I'm going to have to go through some pennies. This right here is a box of, it's I don't know, it might be mostly customer rolled. There are some bank sealed rolls down in there. I'm going to go through these. I guess I might go through enough of these to equal one box, whatever. I don't know. I'll try to get her a whole box. I'll get her at least $14.50 worth of rolls. Probably a few more than that, but I'll get them back to her tomorrow. And I don't know. She'll probably ask me to bring her more pennies later. I'll try to do that. I'm going to talk to a few friends and see if anybody's got any jars of pennies I can buy from them. I don't know if anybody's willing to let go of them right now. I'll just have to see. I called my brother. I thought he had some, and he goes, "No." I got a box of copper that he had put away and a couple of rolls of wheat pennies. His father-in-law have a couple of big jars. I said, "Well, don't go there. That's his thing. Don't even bother." He's about 90. I said, "Don't even bother him. Just let him keep putting them away. Whatever he's doing, let him keep doing it." But anyway, I am going to get into these today and see how much I can see what I can get out of it. I'm hoping to find copper and wheat pennies. That's my thing, and so I'm still hoping to do that to whatever extent I can. It's a crazy world out there. Boxes of pennies like this are going for $100 on eBay. I told my wife early in the year when they said they were going to quit making the penny, if y'all remember, I was going to put 100 boxes away, and I started putting them away. And then about midway through the year, they kept saying they were going to make 2026s in the first quarter. So I quit. And then they're starting to say, okay, the pennies are over. So I'm like, I better scramble and get some more. I did get some more put away, but I had like 8 ordered one week, and they said, nope, sorry, you can't get them. We're done. I'm like, oh, I was so frustrated because I think I have 40 something maybe put away. I really wish I had stuck to my guns early in the year like I said I was going to, but I messed around and I snooze and I lose. But anyway, I've still got some, and that's cool. I'm glad I got some. I'm going to get into these and see what we find. Hopefully there's some good stuff in these customer rolled. Sometimes there is, sometimes there ain't. But let me get set up here, and we will get started. And I got a few other things to tell you as we go. I went ahead and used some of these pennies I brought today to fill this box up. I want to go through a full box today. And so there's going to be some customer rolled and some bank sealed. But we'll see what we end up with. One of the things I'm going to talk about in a little while is the silver. I've been getting lots of silver. I've opened my first small lot, and I have some stuff on my Two Shed Facebook's page that I'm selling. And somebody bought a few from me. And so I was looking for a little bag to put them in. And I opened one of my drawers, and I found these, and I have an X on it. I don't even know what they are. I'm guessing they're probably just going to be zinc, but I guess I'll just start with these. I'll open them up and see what these are. Mystery rolls. I just opened the end and instantly remembered what they are. Sometime back early in the year, I was getting a bunch of those gnarly coins, and I rolled some up to take them back to the bank because I knew they wouldn't go through the machine. and I didn't have the heart. So I just, I just don't know. I don't think I'll take these back. They're pretty yucky. Oh well, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these 2 rolls. We'll see. If I ever get to melting, I may do that. So now we'll get to the actual box. The first roll was the customer roll. I got 5 copper out of it, and the rest was zinc. The newest one in the roll was 2012. So I don't know if all the rolls will be like that or not, but that's what I saw in this roll. Here's the third roll. This is again customer roll, and we got a pretty nice looking 2009 here. That's a keeper there. The third roll had like 7 or 8 copper pennies, and it did have like up to 2022. So it's just going to be real random. And then there is 82. There is also the bank rolls that are in here. I don't know how many underneath. I just put in like 7 that I got today, and then there's several I know down in there. There's another 2009, and that's another pretty nice one. I'll keep that one too. I'm not going to find many anymore, am I? Wow, it's so weird. There's a third one. Well, that's cool. Bring them on. Yeah, I'll take what I can get now. Because there's just almost no pennies left in the world, you know. They quit making them 2 or 3 days ago, and now they're all gone. That's what it's feeling like out there, even though there's, what do they say, 30 or 40 billion of them left or something like that are still out there circulating around. I can't wait to see what the near future is going to bring with what people are going, the expectations of people. Oh, that's an 87. One of the things I want to show you is I just got a new scale. This is the one that I've been using for quite some time, and it's starting to act funny. And when I put coins on it, I'll lift it up and put it down 3 different times. And if I do it 3 times, almost every time I get 2 different weights off by a point gram. I have had 3 different weights, and so I think he's getting unreliable. And it's only like to a 0.1 gram of accuracy anyway. And I just got this guy. Cost more, but it's a nice one. And haven't even opened it. I'll open it in a minute. But it goes to 0.01 grams, which is way more sensitive than this other one. You know, this one costs like $6 or $7, and this one was like $22, something like that. So I think my wife ordered it for me. If you like the looks of it when I get it open, I'll try to put a link under the video to this if you're interested. Let me get this one open here. I'll turn the phone off and open it up, and I'll show it to you. Cool looking. Fusion, okay. I don't think I can open it with one hand. Sorry about that. Open here, and you've got to take this protective card out from underneath of it. Yeah, there we go. Kind of spongy. And then I got the back of it off. It did come with batteries, but they're wrapped. I got to take the wrapping off of those. And I'm not even sure what this thing is. Come on, guy, there we go. Oh, cool. 50 gram. Well, that's neat. So let me get the little wrapper off the batteries, and we'll turn it on. I just came across an S copper, and so I'll be saving them. What little I find anymore, I'll be saving them. It's just so weird, you know, this being the end. And everybody's trying to figure out what's going to be what and who's going to do what, and just pretty wild. I'm just going to, you know, what I find, I'll put it away. My wife just came in and informed me. My mom is 86. She gets around pretty good, but she's got a little friend who's 90-ish. and she has a huge glass container collection, you know, plates and candy dishes and candle holders, just really cool stuff. But a lot of people, younger people, don't care about it like they used to. But my wife loves it. And what the story is, this lady wanted to sell it, and she couldn't find a buyer. And where she goes to church, they were having a bazaar or whatever they call it. And it was a very large collection of glass, from what I understand. And they put $50 on the whole thing, and nobody wanted it. And so they said, "Do you want us to give it to Goodwill?" And the lady's like, "No way, I'm not going to give this to Goodwill." And so my mom told my wife about it. Let me get to the next roll and I'll finish the story. Welcome to the next roll. So my mom told my wife about this collection, and my wife went over and looked at it, and she did like it. She said it's beautiful stuff. And the purpose was to see if she could sell it for this lady, and we looked up a lot of it. A few pieces of it sells, but sometimes shipping glass with today's market, some of your USPS workers are gorillas, and not all of them, but there's enough out there to be concerned. And she said, "We have sold glass, and sometimes it makes it and sometimes it don't. And a lot of this, even though it's very pretty stuff, there's so much of it out there, it just doesn't sell for anything to make it worthwhile, you after shipping fees and making sure it gets there and eBay fees." So I told my wife, I said, "Just, you like it, and my daughter would probably like a little bit." I said, "Just buy it from her, and you just go through it and pick out all the stuff you want and see if any other family members wants any, the piece here and a piece there." And I said, maybe we can sell a few pieces. If there's a few that sells for more, and pieces that you're not interested in. So the lady got a cold or something, so she wasn't able to get with my wife for a while. 82. And she just called my wife and said she's feeling good if she wanted to come over and look at it. So my wife just left to head over there. Oh, there's a wheat penny. I was wondering if I'd get any of those. 1957 cool beans. We got a wheatie. So I told her, I said, she was going to let it go at the church thing for $50. I said, she's happy with 50, great. If I said, watch your body language. If she hems and haws, I said, give her some more. Obviously, she's not going to pay a fortune for it, but if she wants to let it go, then we'll take it off her hands, and try to give her enough to make her happy. Well, I guess I'll find out when my wife gets back what they decided. She's 90-ish, and nobody in her family wants it, so she doesn't see any point in it sticking around. So we'll see what happens. Hey, I believe this is the 6th row, and hey, this one has a 2025 in it. That's cool. I'd like to find a bunch of them. Oh, we do silly things. I know that some of you are going, see, I got rid of a couple of containers of 2025s. Oh, there's another one. Cool. A month or two ago. They just kept saying that there was going to be 2026s in the first quarter. And I'm like, they've made 1.7 billion 2025s. If there's going to be 2026s, that's what everybody's going to want. And now it looks like they're not going to. I think they did say they'll make some of the mint sets and that sort of thing, but none. It's another 2025. Wow. But none for circulation is what they're saying. So, unreal. I wish I'd have kept them, but I didn't. I will say that maybe you all will get them, and I'm glad to know that. Some of these rolls don't have much copper. I think this roll had one. All right, let's say there's a couple more. Nope. One copper in that row. I just went and changed my shirt. I had on a new shirt, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to get coin filth all over it, so I just went and put on an old flannel. A lot of these customer rolls are grimy and dirty. They got little dirt specks and powder, and they're just kind of powder dirty, yucky. A whole lot of these rolls have been like that, so somebody's just had these in some dirty bowl or something. I don't know. Look at them. They're disgusting. Man. I'm in the 10th row, and I found another wheat penny, a 1956 molded D. It's moldy. My goodness. These things are awful. I'm just kind of trying to, I'm not looking at it real close. I'm just trying to see if there's a few coppers, and I'm pulling the coppers out. And I'm going to make stacks of 5. Look at that. I'm just going to make stacks of 5s, and then as I go through the nicer rolls of the bank rolls, I'm going to add a few. I don't want somebody to open up a whole roll of this nasty stuff, so I'll just weed a few in here and there, and spread them out. And somebody will open up and go, oh, there's a yucky one, but it won't be like they're getting a whole roll of nasty things. This is the 11th roll in the box, in the first row of 10 bank wrapped. And I do come to a 2025, and that's a welcoming sight. Take all of those I can get anymore. My wife got back from the little ladies, and she did buy the stuff. And so here's a few pictures that I took. It's pretty cool stuff. So what about pennies? Well, what is hoarding going to be now for copper? I've already had at least one person that I can. Yesterday, a person wrote to me and said, well, I can't get pennies anymore. I've had 3 good years. I'm done. On to other stuff. I'm like, wow. And it's like, that's, he just told me this yesterday, but I suspect lots of people are making that decision. You know what? There's a lot of people out there that are really just into the pennies and copper and wheat pennies and the varieties. And if they can't get their regular coins at the bank, they're just done. They'll move on to a whole nother world of hobby or whatever. I believe this is the 13th roll in the box. And here we get a Canadian copper. Yay. This is the 12-sided 1985. Okay, getting a little variety of stuff. So one of the things I'm into now that I knew the penny was going, so I just got this wild hair. It's like, what if I check with local coin dealers and online, 82, and I start buying medium to large lots of foreign silver coins, and then I piece them out, 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever at a time, and then see if I can have a few left after I get my money back, and slowly stack a little bit of silver that way. And I talked to a gentleman, and he said, the truth is, I've done that for 20 years. And he was telling me a little bit about it and, kind of what to say to the coin dealers. Because some of them, will work with you because they like to put some quick bucks in their pocket. And you can actually get some of the silver, if you buy a pretty good bag of it, below spot and things like that. And so that's what I'm going to do. I bought a small lot online, and I've already got it. I took some pictures of it. And in fact, I'm going to try to put a video up on it the next day or two. But I do have the page of coins that are left. I've already sold a few on a Facebook page, and I'll put a link to that below. Here is 1, 2, three, four more bags of foreign silver coins that I have not even opened yet because I just haven't had a chance. Because I want to open them, as I make videos with them and have some fun going through them with you guys, seeing what I get. And so, anyway, I will eventually get to them, and then I'll talk about it in the next row. Okay, here's the next row. So, what I'm trying to do is set up like a store on my Facebook. To me, it's more complicated than it used to be. I'm sure it's because I used to be into that sort of stuff in 1959. But man, back in the day, I used to sell internet service to people, 82, and I had Facebook pages and stuff I was doing. I've just kind of fallen behind, I guess, in some of this stuff. But I'm going to look into getting a Facebook store and putting all these up there. And, as I make videos, I'll tell you all when I'm getting new ones put on there. But you can go, once you learn where my Facebook page is, it's Two Sheds, then you can go check it out anytime you want, And I'll probably if somebody says I want this one and this one, I'll put pending on it until they get paid, and then I'll either put sold or I'll take them off or whatever. Something along that line. I just got to get it all figured out. 82. I think I'll probably get on a YouTube tutorial to help me set it up. I've had the Two Sheds page for quite a few years, but I just haven't done anything with it for a long time. I was looking in several years ago about getting it monetized, and I actually did get it monetized, but I think it, made like 2 cents a month. Yeah, it was terrible. I didn't do something right, I guess. It's a good looking coin. Something weird going on where it says "In God We Trust." There's a line all the way around, but it doesn't look like a scratch to me. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm going to set that aside and look at it closer. But anyway, I hope to get the Facebook all set up within the next week or two so that it's easy for people to go look at stuff. Right now, the pictures I have up there are just in a gallery. I don't know how difficult or hard it is to find that if you go find my page. I thought it was a 9. It's 2003. 15th row, guys, and here's Weedy number 3. That's pretty encouraging. 53 Denver. How many more wheat pennies will I get, for the rest of my life? Oh, man. Just every time I go to the bank, it seems like one of the tellers is like, this is just so weird. They were saying to me today, the manager was like, yeah, we're buying pennies from you now. And he was just shaking his head like, what's going on? I said, this is a strange world we live in. We're buying pennies from you. Yeah, they can't hardly get over it themselves. They're just people like you and me. Oh, we've been laughing about this. It's so funny. I just found me another 2025. I tell you, it's fun to find them now. That's so ironic. I was just like throwing them away because I was just sure that they weren't going to be anything. I have to suck up on that one, man. It's like, oh, you big dummy. Oh, well. You live and learn. It's nice looking. Oh, I was hoping it might be copper. Eighteenth row, and here is wheat penny number 4, guys. Cool beans. All of them have been in the 50s, I think, but still just fun to find them. That's because we like those little wheat stalks there, or whatever they are. Wheat somethings. 55D, cool beans. I made a couple of decent sales on eBay today. That was nice. Sales have been kind of slow. Oh, look at that. 2 wheat pennies in the same row. Imagine that. 1945. That's 5 wheat pennies. Wow, cool beans. What? Is it possible to get 10? That'd be amazing. Anyway, yeah, sales have been slow. I sell for this company, and one of them was a few $100. It was a small item. They're packed away in that penny box right there. Go out in the morning. Though when I got out early enough to go out today. 19th row, and here is another pretty nice 2009 Memorial Penny. That's my 4th one of these for this box. All of them have been pretty nice. $82. There'll come a day when I won't be saying 82 anymore, because all the pennies will be gone. The last penny hoarders are going to be the metal detectors. No. I didn't say metal detectorists, because metal detectors are the devices that they use. Detectorists. 2023. But while you're out metal detecting or camping, even if you're out on the road, here is an item you should always have with you. A little packet of Charmin. I've had this guy for years, and I've never had to open him, but boy, I'll be glad that he's there if that ever happens. When I went camping with my son and grandson, that went with me. We had other regular rolls, but just that little emergency roll is just comforting. Just to know that it's there, just in case. Just in case. 2023. 3 little dots. That's your 3 little dots. This is the 20th row in wheat penny number 6. Man, that's really cool. 1944 Denver. I just didn't know what to expect, and I was like, well, if I get 3 or 4, I'll be lucky, but I'm not even halfway through, and I've got 6 already. I'm pretty tickled about that. I'd like to get another, wouldn't it be cool to get a King George? Well, I haven't got one of them in a while. That'd be really cool. I'm thinking King George, King George. Red Rover, we call King George over. Copper. Hope I didn't miss a copper while I was thinking about that. Sometimes I just push pennies and I don't think of what I'm doing. "22nd row, I'm back to the customer rolled coins. And here is another 2025. They've all been Philadelphia. Seems like I got a couple of Denver back in the day, but I can't remember for sure. Oh, there's a Wheatie too. Fantastic. I hope I get a lot more of these, man. Have you all seen the 2025 bankroll on eBay? You got to go look. I mean, it's hundreds of dollars for just 10 rolls. It's insane. Number 7, wheat penny. Wow. 1944, Philadelphia. Still in the first half, too. I think there's only like a handful of 4 or 5. Another 25. Groovy. Yeah, 2 months ago, I was just saying, let's pass those up. Let's pass those up. 24th row, here's another 2025. Getting several of them anyway. Two in a row. That's fun. I had a roll just a couple rolls back that didn't have a single copper in it. That's not fun, but that's all right. That's all right, boy. That sounds like a ZZ Top line back in the Fandango album, I believe it was. This is the first row in the second half of the box, and the first row I open is one of those rolls with some pretty nasty stuff in it. Second row in the second half, and I get another 2025. Nice. I also got a 2009 that a month ago I would not have kept, but I think I will. Why not store them away? Why not? Yeah, this is the end of a not the very end, but we are entering the end of this hobby. You know, there'll still be bits and pieces of it for quite a while, but you know, for how long have people gone to the bank, got either boxes or rolls, you know, of coins, or lots of people would just keep up with all the pennies that they got in change, and that's what they did, and they're not even getting that anymore. I mean, we're talking about probably several million people in the country who this is affecting, you know, quite a bit. Not just people who don't care about pennies and, you know, they get them in change, throw them in the drawer, whatever. I'm talking about people who actively make an effort to look for stuff, and that era is ending. This is the seventh roll in the second half, and I find another 2025. All of them have been Philadelphia, but that's just what I find in my area here. Oh, let me show you what else I found. I think I'll keep this one. Yeah, of course I dropped it. Why not? 73D, pretty nice shape. We'll keep that guy, I reckon. Put him over there. So the song I just thought of that's pretty fitting, I felt like, by The Doors. Can you imagine which song I'm thinking about? I think it came out in 67, one of the psychedelic era songs called The End. This is the end, my only friend, the end. If you haven't heard it in a long time, go listen to it and remember back to those anti-Vietnam psychedelic years. 82. I won't be saying that right. Oh, there's another 2025. Yeah, how much longer will I be saying 82? You know, who knows? Maybe I'll find some source, you know? It's not impossible. That is a nice 2009 there. We'll keep him. This is the end. My only friend, the end. Guys, look at what I just found. A dime. It's been quite a while. I used to find them all the time, but I found a dime. Let's see what it is. 2000p. Ah, we got a dime. How about that? There are only 9 rolls left in this box, guys. Wow. I hadn't found anything in a long time. Here's a 2009. Kind of cool. This is where this is the last one where they're actually working there in Washington, D.C. There's fewer of this one than any of them. I don't find as many of this one. This one's in Denver. Pretty cool. But I found a little bit of copper, but I hadn't found another thing for a while except for that dime. And I'm glad I found it. But the last 5 I have saved is the last 5 bankroll. And man, I'm hoping to get a wheat penny or 2 out of there if I'm lucky. I thought I saw that. 2009. That's in Illinois there. I would not have saved that one, but I think maybe I will. Well, with 7 rolls to go, haven't found a whole lot in a bunch of these rolls, but here's a 1968 Memorial copper. Pretty neat looking. I think I'll hang on to this one. I've got a roll of, I guess what you'd call extra fine memorials, and I'll go ahead and put that guy in there. But yeah, I've got the 5 bank rolls at the end. I've got 2 more customer roll before that, and hopefully we'll get 1 more wheat penny anyway. That's a pretty good looking 77. Okay, guys, I'm in the last 5 rolls now. 4 rolls after this, all bank rolled, and here is a 2025. I'm glad to get back to finding something. That's a pretty good stack of 25s I have found, even though I went through so many rolls without anything but a few coppers. I took a little break and went, and my wife heated up a hobo stew that we had a couple days ago. Hobo stew is basically the idea is you take like a pound or 2 of ground beef and just whatever vegetables you have left in the fridge, or maybe a few freezer bags of veggies, and you throw it all together and you put in some spices and some, Worcestershire sauce and stuff. And it's always really good. It's always slightly different, very similar, but slightly different depending on what all you put in there. But it's good stuff. And we're watching Canal Boat Diaries. I'm really enjoying it. It is over in England, and it's this young man. I think by the end of the last season, he hits 40 or something like that. But he bought this old canal boat. They're narrow boats, and they go down the narrow canals all through England that were designed way back, 100, 200 years ago to carry the cargo of the factories, of the products they made. And there's, a million different products that they carried in different regions of the country. But he has lived on this canal boat for, I think we're in the 5th season. As far as I know, there's 6 seasons. And I think he's been doing it for quite a few years now, but it's really fascinating. It's not fast paced or nothing. I think his boat moves 4 miles an hour. So it's not a fast paced show, but he tells, where he's going and talks about the towns and maybe some of the historical sites he'll stop at. And it's really pretty fascinating. And you see a lot of England, bits and pieces you wouldn't normally see. Canal Boat Diaries. Pretty fascinating. 3 rolls to go, and here is another 2009 memorial that we'll keep. Guess how many I have found now? 9. Number 9. Number 9. Oh, I was surprised that guy made it into a bankroll. I could see it in a customer roll, but I would not have expected that to get into a bankroll. I'll put it in my customer roll. I saw those 3 dots on that 23. I'd like to hear what your guys' plans are about and your thoughts on the whole penny thing. I mean, I'd like to hear if some of you are just giving up on the whole hoarding, or what you're planning on switching over to, if you're going to switch over. You're going to do more nickels, or, will you hoard nickels? That's the question. Oh, another Canadian. Cool Beans, 1981. Copper. That's neat. That's 2 Canadian we got. I hope I'm at 7 wheat pennies. Man, I'd like to get another one. 3 more rolls to find one in. Second to last roll, I found one more 2025 to add. See if anything else shows up. I'm going to take them a bag of little chocolate candy bars in the morning. I try to take them to them pretty regularly. One of the gals doesn't do regular chocolate. She's got some gallbladder issue or something. And so I take those little dark chocolates to them. And I think they all like them, but that's all she can do pretty much. And so she's she's leaving because she's getting trained to go to a different branch. After she leaves, I'll still be getting coins from them. And I will take them some donuts. Something different because they all like other stuff. I've just been doing this kind of for her, for all of them, but you know. So it'll change up a little bit after she's gone. One more row, guys. Let's go through this last row together. After that, I'll weigh my 82s and add the copper ones to the copper. Then we'll weigh and see how much copper we got. I've got a fascinating box. I've got a couple of really nice memorial coppers that I'm keeping. I've got 2009, 82 pennies, and I've got pretty good little stack of 25s, 7 wheat pennies, you know, a couple of Canadian, not too bad. I don't think I'll have 3 pounds of copper, but I think I'll have a couple. And looks like I'm going to have 42 rolls to take back to my bank in the morning. I have, for pennies, I've got one more full box that the seal's been broken, you know, and I've got one more that has 5 rolls missing. It's almost full, just missing 5 rolls. And maybe I'll pick a few up here or there. Oh, there's one more 2009. Makes 10 of them. We got double digits in these guys. That's cool. A D. Okay. One more little thing to add to my collection. And I don't know. I mean, I'll get to those 2 boxes over, you know, here not too long from now. I'm not rushing to get to the... Oh, one more 25. Cool. And another Canadian. Well, that's neat. And a wheat penny, guys. Oh, my. The last row it's kind of a rough one. Look at that. Oh, that's really rough. Wow. That's 8 wheat pennies. That's cool. And another 1981. It's 2 of those. Well, that was a pretty neat ending there. The 40-something, I think it's 40-something boxes that I have sealed. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. You know, I'm not in any rush to get to them. I'll probably go through some of them, you know, next year. Oh, man. 1959. I thought I had another Wheatie. Oh, that's it. That is it. Let me weigh my 82s, and we'll see how much copper we have. I got 16 2025s. Don't forget the dime. I got a dime, too. So pretty neat assortment of things that I got today in this box. Pretty cool. I like my new scale, man. So I'm going to put up, I think it'll be up by now, yesterday's sermon. He talks about where, you know, the money that the church brings in, how you're supposed to use it and how you're not supposed to use it, because there's biblical example for these things, and it's pretty fascinating. If you got a chance to give it a listen, I'll have a link to it below, hopefully. I'll put a link to, hopefully I'll put a link to my silver coins picture pages. Picture pages. For the silver that I'm getting. And I'll try to have a lot more information on all of that stuff in the future. And oops, I dropped one. There it is. Come on. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into this silver stuff. It'll be fun seeing all the different foreign silver coins I get, and some of them are really old. I mean, I've had some, already in that first little batch in the really early 1900s, and like 1906 and stuff like that. Um, if you're interested in any, not trying to tell you to, but if you're interested in any, just let me know and we'll try to work something out. I'm gonna try to get prices on them, but I haven't yet. It's just I've been so busy. Golly, I've been busy. More more zinc 82s than I'm used to. Considerably more. All right. I kind of like this guy. It's pretty neat. I'm not exactly. I have to read about what that's for. I don't know. Anyway, let me get these over there, and we'll go over here to the scale, the bigger scale, and see how much copper we got. Here we are. It's 2 pounds, I'm sure. I feel like I'm sure. It's not. I thought we was going to be over. Just a hair under 2 pounds of copper. I'll add that to my hoard, and we're slowly going to keep adding to it as I go through some of the pennies, and maybe I'll even get my hands on some more. Who knows, man? Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. I love hearing from you. Appreciate your all support. It's a fun hobby. It's changing, but thank you anyway, and we'll see you in the next video.